What up, y'all? It's your girl Ash,
I'm a more
and this is single
fat.
and complicated. Oh, so complicated, baby. How are you guys doing today? We are back, and we're gonna keep coming back and keep coming back until you love us, okay? Because at this point, it's a video diary, and I'm okay with that too. To be honest, I need it, my outlet. Okay. So today's episode is going to start off with updates, as you guys know, and then we're going to do a current event, which is about the education system, and then we're going to do our rant. You know, I'm more love to rant, but I actually got a rant to tell y'all today. And then we're going to wrap it up with what are we going to do for Labor Day weekend? If we're going to do anything, are we going to be working? What's going on? So how you doing today, Amor?
I am as well as I can be considering the weekend that I've had.
Okay, okay, okay.
But
So for
that'll come into play later on when I rant.
oh, okay. Well, since I always do updates first, you go first. I always go first.
So uh I had a couple of people come into town the week prior. So last Sunday I was not at home and I forgot to take my shot. And I noticed how different you feel when you don't consistently take it.
You hungry?
A whole meal? My God. I don't think I've sat down and ate a whole meal in like 7 months. And I was like, oh my gosh. I gotta get back to the shots. I didn't want to take it in the middle of the week because I felt like that was just gonna mess with my dosages. So I just decided to wait the whole week. And I took it this morning. You better early, not late. Yesterday, not tomorrow. I made sure I got that done this morning. What I forgot to do was take my vitamins. Um, yeah, just getting back on to my regular schedule program. When people come into town and visit you, you kind of get thrown off from your regular. Um, there may have been some drinking involved.
Next.
Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
we're back on track. We're back on track. I got it together this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
So,
uh,
continue. Please don't get mad at me. There was no episode last Sunday. Pretty much told you why. There was no episode last Sunday. So, but we back in the intersection on our B's now.
yes, y'all. I other thing that update to me is like it's like an update to my system. I am not a drinker. Now I like me a little sip here and there, but I am not a drinker. And again, 40 keeps hitting me in different ways. And when I realized that yeah, I woke up in the afternoon and I was like, oh, I'm like 4 hours behind my regular scheduled program. Get in the shower, get dressed, go charge my car, get to work. Yeah. Yeah, update. I can't drink like that. So
And she's also
I
smaller, so her tolerance is probably went down.
yeah, what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Cause before I feel like 3 glasses of wine before it was like, okay, I'm feeling it, but I'm not like sloshed. 3 glasses of wine today, totally different story. I'm like, oh, we're gonna have wine and pizza. It's gonna be, girl dinner. It's gonna be so great. I don't know what I was thinking opening that second bottle of wine, but I tell you what, I ain't thinking it no more. Um, another update for me, I am pursuing a different career path. I have gotten burnt out, and I think like for a while I was just trying to ignore it. I was trying to ignore it. I was trying to act like that wasn't what was happening, and that's not healthy. And so yeah, I'm pursuing a different career path. I'm guess that as hard as it is for me to admit that I might have to be sitting in somebody's office. I don't like that idea, but I like the idea of stability and being able to move around like I want to move around. So yeah, we're doing that, and it's just basically me putting the fillers out there, taking a course or two, because continuing education is a thing. Well, for me, for most Black women, it is. I don't know about the United States of America, but
Uh,
I don't know about them. But yeah, over here we like to be informed. Okay. Um, so that's just a couple of things that's going on with me right now. What about you, Ash?
oh, okay. Well, good news, guys. The scale has finally moved. Okay, my hormones and the GLP-1 is not battling, I guess, this week as hard. But I got on the scale randomly. I don't weigh myself every week or anything like that. Um, I just felt smaller. That sounds crazy, but I just felt smaller. So I thought, let me get on the scale and see what it say, you know. And I know, Kim, I got no booty, so booty was a little fat, which means something has went in a little bit because I don't have booty for it. So when I had put my shorts on the other day, I was like, I should go on the scale Sunday because it was kind of fat back then, and I don't have a butt.
It
So that
was
means
it was poking out.
it's poking out a little bit. So I don't have a butt, and that means it's poking in the back. That means the front is going. So
Mm.
yes, I got a scale. I guess back and forth with these numbers. I finally saw a different number, y'all, and I guess between just the couple weeks I've been on this new one, or the couple, has it been a month yet? I'm not sure. But and I'm on my second round of the medicine, so it's probably been a month. I lost 4 pounds. Of course, the last time I got on the scale, so a win is a win. The new GLP-1 that I am, wow. Um, low key forcing myself to eat. Not forcing myself to eat though. Like I'm just gluttony, but I'm trying to get more proteins in, getting more water in. I realized with my body though, I have to eat twice a day with some protein. That's another reason why I want to feel eat some. Because the first time I was taking a shot, I was eating like a meal and then like snacking, and that don't really work. My body likes meals, okay, especially protein. Oh, girl loves protein. So, I upped it a little bit the last couple of days, and it's been really, really good. If you have not checked out, I did a vegetarian recipe yesterday and posted it. So check that short out. And if you want to know how it
It looked
tastes,
it looked really good.
if you want to know how it tastes, your girl know how to cook at this. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I can cook vegan, vegetarian, meat, pescatarian, flexitarian. I'm just that girl in the kitchen, and I'm going to claim it.
Arians. She's
I,
all
I,
the tips.
I'm that girl, and it's not just me eating my food; it's other people eating my food. And it's good. Okay? So yeah, that work is work, y'all. To be honest, burnt out is real. I just be logging on so I don't get fined. I do what I can for the day and I log off. Most of it is probably because I continued my education further like I was supposed to do, and unfortunately, I'm not using it. So it's kind of like this grievance process I'm going through. Like I got all that money, got all this knowledge, and then I'm here doing this. I could have stopped at the 1 degree for what I do now and call it a day, and wouldn't have all these loans and things um, in my name. But it is what it is. You never know what the future may hold. Got to do that.
It's always better to have it and not need it.
Mhm. So I am on a continuing education thing too, but that's not surprising about me. I have all the practical skills, the scientific skills, and degrees and things going on, but I don't have technical like I do. So I am on a journey of learning SQL, which is structured query language. There's a lot of data analytics that use it. So I am probably going to venture into healthcare data analytics because why I have been in healthcare forever, and I just need a couple of technical skills, okay, and see what I can razzle dazzle with getting a promotion aka more money. I am not doing it in traditional route. You can wrap it up. Not doing it. So I am doing like boot camp through people that I feel like are more credible. They're not charging me an arm and a leg to do the boot camp, and it is pretty much self study. Um, I did a week boot camp that I paid for years ago for the beginning SQL, and I didn't do too shabby, so I'm doing a whole SQL with someone else. So that's that on job and education, GLP-1. That's about it when it comes to updates. My skin is trying to bounce back with my crazy hormones. Um,
Mm.
healthcare update. I did do my blood work. I think I told y'all last time, but I am premenopausal. What's the type of way about that? Being just turned 40. It hasn't been 40 for a year. I'm premenopausal. Um, I have the three hormones. I guess they check to see if you are. They all depleted. You know, I feel like I done gave a lot in life, and my body's telling me, yes, you have, 'cause you're depleted. Um, um, yeah, I'm depleted. So she gave me the diagnosis of premenopausal. So I'm always hot, always flashing, always tired, uh, all the things and things. But yeah, I did my ultrasound. I do have a couple fibroids and a polyp they found, but I am a black woman. Most of us have fibroids. So I wasn't really shocked about that. There's nothing really to be alarmed about. Um, especially because I don't have any children. So it's not like I'm trying to get pregnant in any way. We're going to move on to the next step. I think it's hormonal replacement therapy. I know so many other stuff, y'all. I'm not even really like ooh excited about that. It's just one step before I get my hysterectomy. You feel me? So let's do it. We just play the game until we get where we're going. So
Get it out the way.
yeah. Side note, if y'all know anything about selling eggs, I think I got a couple left if I dusted the cobwebs and stuff off the egg. Y'all know anything about the egg process and if I could sell a couple of them before they take them out
Anybody
completely.
got these snakes?
You know what I'm
I got
saying?
you.
It might be weird running into somebody that look like me one day, but they say you have a twin on Earth anyway. They say everybody has a twin on Earth anyway. You know, I'm gonna ask the doctor. I have an appointment coming up after Labor Day. There's a couple of eggs
Mm.
I can sell. And what's the process and how much? I
I
need
got
some.
I got an appointment on Wednesday because I randomly broke out into a rash last week. Have no idea what it was from. It was ridiculously inflamed. It swelled my arm up like it was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm looking at my skin every day like
A bug bit you?
I don't think it was a bug. I think it was a reaction to either something I ate or something that got on my skin. So we're just gonna do a whole nother allergy panel at this point, and then we're gonna get another prescription for the EpiPen. Um, and then I had just the other regular maintenance, right?
Mm.
But the random breakout because it spread. It was like this big, and then it spread from here all the way to here. It was like this whole section was
You
jacked up.
ate
Like if I
artichoke.
look, that was octopus
Oh,
squid
no,
with
it's
calamari.
artichoke. You ate.
No, it was pieces of calamari in the artichoke.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely allergic to seafood, y'all.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Nah, it had chunks of that. I was like, hey, that's not chewy to y'all. Y'all like this? I never ate it before. How was I supposed to know what it tasted like?
Anyway,
I didn't know.
well, hopefully you get that clear.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but they gave me some little this trimetazole something cream and at the urgent care because they didn't know what it was either. They just gave me some cream and a steroid. It worked, you know. but I was just like nervous to like wash it with like the my sponge that I'm using for the rest of my body because I don't want to spread it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just at this. I'm just like oversensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
oversensitive to everything. Like, just what's happening.
Yeah, I'm oversensitive to people too. Anyway, look, you know what? I'm not going there.
I be
Anywho,
thinking to people.
anywho, so that's our update. So we're gonna go into a current event that I have seen like online, and a little bit of here and there, and dashing in to the world is on fire. All right, United States edition. United States edition.
Is there
Um,
any other addition?
I'm on the Instagrams of it all. If you have not checked it out on Instagram, please do single fat and complicated. It's the tab. Check the page out. Um, I saw a video of a young man talking about a possible new grading scale for our children in the education system. And I was alarmed because the scale was really bad, in my opinion. Now, for our millennials, y'all know that they changed the scale for us a little bit, okay? A little bit.
Literally two
So,
points.
when me and Amore was in school, it used to be you had to get a 94 or above to get an A. So I think by the time we got to high school, probably, they changed it to you have to get 90 to 100 to get an A. Not bad. I feel like if you're in the 90s, you should get an A. That's great. The scale that I saw was that you have to be you could be in the 80s, which back in our day was a B. You could be in the 80s and still get an A. So 80 something to 100 was an A. And now I believe in order to get an F, you could be as low as like 40 something percent, which means you could be like 60 something percent and get a C. Now, mind you, if you have not been following current events when it comes to education, you have seen the news that they're saying that these kids are not testing very well, they're not reading very well, they're not doing math very well, they're just not doing well here, guys. Um, they decided to come up with a scale where we're not going to address the gaps of not reading, writing, and math well. We're going to dumb it down so they can still pass. Amor, how do you feel about that?
I feel like education is going to hell in a handbasket, and this very much has to do with the new head of education that was appointed by the Trump administration. Um, this was at the beginning of 2022, and even then, I was like, mm-mm. It's gonna be horrible. Like they come out with the whole cabinet. They tell you who's gonna be who's gonna do what. And I believe that woman was also the head of another division of something that she had no knowledge in. She doesn't even have a teaching credit. So I'm trying to understand how she can be in charge of all education and you don't have one credit. This is why we now have years later. This is what, or I said 2022. I meant 2024. This is why now. Oh, we're gonna get a new grading scale. You don't have to. You don't have to understand what you're learning. You just gotta get the gist of it, and that's just the problem. Um, they brought in AI, and AI is supposed to help assist people learn, and now it's doing all the learning. AI is learning the material and regurgitating it, and you're supposed to be like everybody. Does anyone know that this thing up here behind your skull is a brain? It has calculating factors. You can learn like an unlimited amount of things, and that's why
And
they
if
say you
you
learn
don't
until the day you
use
die.
it, you will what? Lose it.
Lose it.
Mhm.
So there's a diminishing curriculum, and that's going to directly correlate and affect the uncommon sense that's outside today. Okay. If a child doesn't understand basic grammar, right? They don't understand pronouns, consonants, compound words, shorthand, longhand. Like they speak emoji. They don't even speak English. I'm very concerned because how imagine going into a store, right? And you're trying to communicate. I've seen this before in videos online of kids not being able to count change back, right? I'm sorry. Dollars are dollars everywhere. How don't you know what makes up a dollar? 100 pennies, 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 20 nickels. Like this is not hard, but apparently for them it is. Um, so the debate.
No one has cash anymore. Everyone uses a debit card. Actually, last couple days, for me, I ate. I bought some food yes on Friday, and I had cash. And I had to count change and give it to them. Like, here you go.
But add to that factor, right? Now they've taken away pennies.
Yeah, they took my
Why?
penny.
I don't know. I mean, it could be any amount of reasons or skepticisms, or you know what I'm saying. People are like, "Oh, this is a conspiracy theory. It's this reason. It's that reason." I'm gonna tell you, no matter the reason, the direct result is going to be people not being able to calculate what is owed to them or what they owe.
And I believe that is the agenda they want. One side of the political party wants to take everything away from people, and the other side wants to give you a little something, but they're not as girth about it. So, yeah,
It's
I
it's
think they
going to
want.
lead,
I think they want society to be stupid and dumb, because then we can't
obviously.
question. Can't question anything about anything if you don't know anything,
If you
right?
don't know anything,
Hmm.
if I think that lump that in with them not teaching cursive anymore. Your signature is very important. Okay, your signature is literally
We
follows
don't
you
need
throughout your life.
signatures. We can do our thumbprints now, Dawn. Duh.
So the no cursive, the no pennies, the sliding grading scale, it's all accumulating, or no, the unproficient reading, the No Child Left Behind Act, which
That's
was a
worse.
big thing.
That's the worst than the child left behind.
And you remember when that happened? What was
Mhm.
that? Circa 1990 something.
Mhm.
We were still in school, and
Mhm.
I was held back because me and my sister are very close in age, and they didn't want us to be in the same class or for the same year. For excuse me, whatever reason, they felt like we would disrupt each other. I'll tell you what's disruptive: not being able to hold a conversation with the next generation.
That's supposed to
I'm,
be
I'm
taking care of us.
that's supposed to be taking care of us.
I'm about to take
Correct.
all my vitamins, so I don't have nobody who needs to take care of me. If you need to take care of me, Lord Jesus, take me out. I'm sorry. Don't do that.
And honey, I
Mm-mm.
talked to my nephew. Graduated college this year. He's 22, going into his undergrad. He's going to do physical therapy. He wants to be a physical therapist. And I was like, okay, that's great. I was talking to him about just certain things he wanted to accomplish. What is his time frames looking like? He's like, oh, it's going to be about 2 years. And I was like, uh, have you noticed that like were there people in your class that were like just kind of like dragging? He was like, oh, absolutely. He was like, this one kid didn't understand the meaning of a certain muscle group, and I was just like, he said they're technically smart, but when it comes to like putting the learning into action, they didn't know what to do. And I was like, and how many classmates were like that? And he was like, a good half. And I was like, and not too much. We're not gonna go into the semantics, but it's a certain demographic that just doesn't work as hard. Okay, we know that we have to work at a certain rate to meet equal. And he was
Yep.
like, it's frustrating because I felt like I showed up every day. I did all of my study, all of his study courses, and he said I did all of my work, and now I have to be in class with people who didn't put in the work, and now they want you to tell them the answer instead of learning it. And I was like, I weep for your generation. I do, and I weep for us because at what point do you begin to link
We're
the
stuck in
correlation?
we're stuck in the middle. For one, the generations
We
before
are,
us said, "Get
we
a good
are
job, you're gonna get the picket fence with the family house and dog." And now we're in the middle, like we're not getting that. And now we had the generations after us where they basically saying education doesn't matter. So where does it leave us in our careers? Like, what are we supposed to
exactly,
do? Mind you, they're trying to
exactly.
get rid of every woman out of a job at this point because we're
I
supposed to be
thought
just barefoot and pregnant at home and letting the men control everything. And
so.
I don't know. And men don't even want to do that. Like, to be honest, a lot of men don't really want to do that. They don't want to take care of the
No,
household by themselves. They don't want you to be just barefoot and pregnant at home.
no,
That
they want you 50-50.
exactly. So,
They want you 50-50.
uh-uh.
And so in researching about the sliding scale and
Mhm.
how that's going to affect the upcoming generation in the job in the workforce, I saw a video of a woman. I believe she was in our age range. She was 40s and up, and she was calling one of her newly hired young. I believe this girl was 18,
Mhm.
17, 18 years old. And it basically went like this. She said, "Hi, we're gonna call her Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. This is Casey. Yeah, you're scheduled to be at work at 9." And she was like, and Jennifer says, "Oh, hey, Casey. Yeah, I texted to let you know that my mom wasn't ready and my ride wasn't ready, so that's why I'm not there." And she was like, "Jennifer, when you applied for the job, you were told that you had to be here at 9 a.m. and I need you. You're not here." And Jennifer proceeds to tell her, "But I didn't have a ride." And Casey says, "Hey, you're gonna have to take a bus or an Uber. Or you're gonna have to get other forms of transportation to get to work on time." And
Hence why on the
Jennifer,
application they ask you, do you have reliable transportation? It's usually a question on the application.
which she reminded her about, and
Mhm.
Jennifer says, "Oh, I thought that 9 o'clock was a suggestion."
Say what now?
A suggestion.
So
Like
she
it's
thought the job that she got hired for with the schedule that starts off at 9 a.m. was a suggestion.
correct.
Oh, okay. I ain't never heard
And
that
that
before.
if her mom wasn't ready to go and her ride wasn't there, then how was she supposed to get to work? And she said, "Well, then you have to pay to get to work." And Jennifer says, "But I haven't got a check yet."
You're not going to get one either. Mm-hmm.
And Casey says, you have to earn the money first before we give it to you."
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer is now confused because she doesn't understand that you have to pay to make a living.
Okay.
This is the uncommon common sense that is out here now, where she thinks that she shouldn't have to pay her money to show up to work to earn it. And I was just like, "Oh no, this is what's going on. This is how." If 2 years ago Jennifer was in school and they didn't require her to learn circumstantial, you know what I'm saying, things when it comes to um
That's the
Hey,
problem with the sliding scale. That everyone's a winner no matter if you lose. It's not true. I take it from me. I'm losing all the time. I win sometimes and I lose a lot. Okay. That's not true. And you're teaching these kids like Jennifer as adults and these children that come to behind Jennifer that there is no losers and you can do no. It is. She got the job. You didn't. She got the promotion. You
imagine,
didn't.
imagine if they had put a competent person
Mhm.
in her slot. That would have saved Casey time from having to call and communicate to her her duties to show up in a timely
And when you
fashion,
don't
which she
show
agreed
up
upon.
and you don't call or let them know that, because you can't
It
do a
puts
text, guys. Everything can't be a text. When you calling out, they have to actually hear your voice, a voicemail, or you actually talk to someone. Because a text doesn't count, because that means that you abandoned the job, which means they have every right to let you go.
if it's a
But you
fire
probably
at
learned
will state.
nothing. You probably learned nothing about job abandonment, did you? Probably not. So speaking of college,
I uh-huh.
there is a
Yeah.
thing that I saw briefly on the news with my mom that she told me that all my people who went to college, y'all know how this goes. Even if you didn't go to college, you should know how this goes. There is a certain amount of credit hours that you have to get in order to obtain your degree. Okay? They usually split those credit hours in half, take it or leave it. Half of them are your required courses according to your major that you are doing, and the other few you have to get are called electives. Those electives you take in order to get the full number of credits for your degree in order to graduate. Okay? On the news, according to my mom, and she watches the news a lot, so I trust her. Okay? She watches it. That elective courses, I don't know if this is just here in the state of beautiful Texas or it's going to spread out or they're just thinking about it. They're now thinking about not having elective courses count. So they still will be available at the college campuses and you can take them. You can pay for them and take them, but they will not count as credit for you.
In
Okay.
this day
So
and age,
with that suggestion, okay,
mhm,
I have questions. Okay, why would I take it if I'm paying for it and it won't get credit for it? And two, if that's the case, are you going to reduce the amount of credit it takes in order to get my degree because these electives are not giving me credit anymore?
because
What's
I'm
going
pretty
on?
certain that the teachers who are teaching those electives are getting a paycheck.
And it might be cutting electives because if the teacher doesn't get students, there's no need for the professor anymore.
There's no need for the class.
Yeah.
Um, you can. I'm trying to understand how they're going to justify the cost of college, right,
Mhm.
with less availability of actual merit.
And as we go
Like,
on, we know the high group of people who go to college, and I
mhm.
believe this is the way of the administration on both sides, but mostly red. Is another way of knocking us down without us proceeding and prospering in life. We know both of y'all go to school, so here we go. We're gonna defer you from it, like get you away from it. Like, yeah, you can still do it, but it doesn't count as credit
Yeah, no, we're
because
not going to
either
count
they're
it.
gonna have to cut the degree credits down to get the degree, or they're gonna have to add more required courses in order to get the degree. Which either way is going to defer people from what going to school,
It
which is
is
another way of keeping what society.
dumbed down.
Mhm.
So I feel like right now what we're seeing is a national across the board because we talk about Texas, Illinois, and of course these ideas are definitely going to be spread
Which is
amongst
surprising because
other
Illinois is a
states.
blue state, and Texas is a red state, and it seems like it's
I don't even.
foolishness on all sides now.
That's what I'm saying. This is we're looking at a national education regression.
Yeah.
Okay, from bottom to top.
Mhm.
Okay, you're taking away. It's the sliding scale. It's the non-common knowledge. It's the no credits, but you can take an elective, but you still got to pay us for it. type things going on. And then now you have the unprofessional professions that used to be professional, but now they're not because some guy said so. Yes, I said some guy. Okay. Um,
That's what it is.
it's just
A
an
guy.
it's just a national education regression. And what does this mean for us? Like I'm thinking about 20 years ago when we were in school in high school. I'm thinking about the adults our age who are working, who are now currently in their 60s. They're getting pensions. They're getting Social Security. They have the people underneath them are
Stability.
supporting them. They have the stability behind them. We are not going to have that.
No, we don't have it now,
It's
and we're
we
for
don't have it now.
it.
No. And it's very scary to think about what's going to happen in 20 more years. If this is the direction in which education is going, and I don't think that there's amount of like, okay, whoever the next president is going to be, there's no amount of reform that's going to retrain.
And reverse. It's going to take a lot to reverse, a whole lot, and it's not going to be
Do you know
done
what
in
I'm
4
saying?
years. It's not going to be done in 4 years.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The regression of that this administration has placed upon the children and the education.
and it's funny. Let's start off with this before you finish. You want us to have more kids that you don't care about. You want us to grow the population that
What you
you
gonna
clearly
teach
don't
them?
care about.
What you gonna teach
You
them?
don't care about them. You just want a number on the census to say that the population has grown. And of course, you're not talking about anybody who looks like me that you want the population growth. You want yours to grow. And even your people are like, are you kidding me right now? Or
So
now you're forcing more people out of work because now more people are going to try to sacrifice homeschooling. Somebody's going to have to stay home and probably teach these kids real lessons. And he knows that most households cannot afford a parent to not work. So now he's going to have people make more sacrifices for that. And then on top of that, private school, who is already expensive, they're going to say, oh, meal ticket, we could raise our prices. And people will still pay to get our kids at the private school because now they know that the public school system is trash.
mhm.
It's not a win-win on no side. None.
It's a multifold plan that eventually is going to place all the generations,
And what I think
the
they're
ones
trying to
beneath
do
us.
is deplete public education so bad that they're going to try to monetize it by making all education private, where everybody has to pay to go to school. Now, mind you, when we were in school, we still had to pay student fees. It was a public school. We still had to pay student fees. But I think
Okay, but it was like
they're trying to make
$100.
education a business for real. They want to
Of
privatize it and take it
course.
away from state and
Of
federal.
course. Of course they do. That's why that remember a couple of years ago there was that college scandal where the celebrities, the
Mm-hmm.
higher echelon, they were paying to
Mm-hmm.
get their kids certain scores. There's no different. Healthcare, a for-profit situation. Education, you want to make it from top to bottom, from elementary. I mean, have you seen the cost of daycare?
Mm-hmm.
From daycare to college, you want to profit off of every single tier. Okay, there is nothing here in America where they are not charging you. Okay, and I'm about to become an expat. Okay, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. So when they start charging us for air, I'm gonna have to get up out of here, baby. Yeah, I'm finna move to the jungle where we got hella trees. Yeah, I'm not finna do this. So it's just like this intentional thing. And again, it doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter what the conspiracy theory is. The effect is obvious, and It's currently in place and it's currently affecting everyone. This affects everyone
It
across the
doesn't
board.
matter
It doesn't
gender or
matter.
race. It
Does
does
it
not
not
matter.
matter? It don't matter where you live in. It don't matter where you from. It don't matter your tax bracket. Because if you, how are you gonna have a dumb doctor? But that's what's gonna happen.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're going to replace those with robots. It won't be a doctor or a human. You know, they're going to replace that with
Speaking of robots,
AI, and there's going to be a robot coming in.
speaking of robots, my mother also watches the news a lot.
Mm,
Okay, and this just this morning, I'm in there making my coffee, and the newscaster comes on TV, and they say, and in um over in Asia somewhere, they had a robot race, and the robot broke the world record for the fastest whatever 500-meter dash.
mhm,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The robot, the fake machine thing, beat the world record for human 500-meter dash. Faster than Usain Bolt, who we know is the fastest man out here. Beat him by point whatever, and he didn't even beat him by much, but he beat him. So that lets me know, why are y'all comparing robots to people? Trying to reinforce the idea of a robot is better for
mhm.
some reason.
But a robot
Um,
is no more than the programmer who's a human that makes a robot.
exactly. So one, this is one. That's like saying a car is faster than a human. Obviously, obviously. Okay, a car is nothing but a robot with a dumbed down program at this point because all cars run on a computer. Okay, except for if it was made before 19, I believe 92, is it? Where motherboards weren't being put in cars like that, and those were the expensive ones. So you saying that the robot ran faster than Usain Bolt is totally, totally ridiculous to
Like the
me.
plane beat me to Chicago. Well, yeah, the plane.
No kidding. No kidding. And then and then there's more. Um, they said that the robot itself, um, the robot itself cheered, and because they make it do a little dance or whatever, and people enjoy that, I guess. Um, the robot said that it wants to beat its own record. That's what the robot said. Yeah.
You made the robot have human centered feelings, but you don't want humans to do nothing. Okay. All right. Okay.
I people say, "Oh, everything is not about race. Everything is not about race." Why was it important that it beat Usain's Bolt time? Because if you programmed it, then that means you programmed it to learn a certain thing and learn it in a certain time frame and perform at a certain performance. Because if you weren't worried about its gears or anything of it burning out, you would have made it run faster than that. Why specifically did it have to beat Usain's Bolt's record? I believe that AI programmers, people who make robots and sentient computer systems and operating systems, are inherently jealous of melanated individuals. Because
Oh, well, that's a
why
given.
was that the goal?
That's a given. They try to tear us down everywhere they can. I mean, we still be coming and
Exactly.
coming
So
here. Mm,
why was that the point? I genuinely looked at the TV and I was like, cut this box off. I don't want to hear anything else that this box has to say.
mm, mm,
I don't, because it doesn't make any sense.
mm,
It
mm.
doesn't make any sense. If you watch the Olympics at any given stage of the Olympics,
And robot
there's
come back, cut it off. I'm not watching none of
let me
that.
tell you something.
No.
Y'all get out here, wherever the Olympics are being held, and people come from everywhere, and it's always, this big thing. There is always going to be a Shakari Richardson, a Usain Bolt, Serena Vena Williams. Do you know what I'm saying? In
If
the
they
mix,
have a
it's always
robot
going
that
to
can
be
play
that.
sports, cut it off. Don't watch it. Look, can you imagine a robot coming out play tennis or basketball or football?
Because what you gonna do? Program it to beat Michael Jordan's record? Okay, y'all want to infantilize a robot being better than a
Is
human
a
at
robot
doing
is
human
a
activity.
robot is a robot going to win the FIA Cup? Is that in the future?
Oh, is it?
Are they going to replace actors with robots? Are we going to be watching shows with robots with wigs and clothes on? Like, how
I'm
far are we
not.
going? How far are y'all
I'm
going?
not. I will
Are you
not.
going to
Hope
get rid
not
of
do
the
that.
airplane pilot and I go on and there's a robot saying good morning, welcome? Like, how far are we going?
They're gonna do a little joke when they get on the microphone to after they do the safety
How
precautions
far?
on the plane.
How far are we going with this? Like, how far are we going
I
with
don't
this?
know, but no
But
credit, no merit or credit for an elective in college is basically like, yeah, we got like this. That's like, you remember Sister Act 2? It's a bird course because you'll fly right through it. It's a bird course. What is this?
because
What are y'all doing?
if I don't get credit for it, why I'm gonna put effort into it? What's the purpose?
Hey,
Why would I do that?
it
Why?
genuinely makes no sense. Genuinely, genuinely.
Well, as they say, the world is on fire. So welcome to 2026, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so that is our segment on current events, and that was just education. We could
Mhm.
dib and dab into wildfires across the country, Puerto Rico running out of water, all types of things going on. Gary, Indiana, in about almost 2 weeks of no
I was about
power.
to say they said that they should have power by Tuesday, and
Yeah,
they have 400 linemen out there right now, currently today,
yeah.
working to get them power again. And it's kind of like,
And then they could claim that people are shooting at the trucks and stuff. I feel like, in a way, and I saw this. Shout out to Bonnie Blue. If y'all watch Bonnie Blue, she gives her opinion and commentary on current events and like TV and stuff. And I kind of, me and her be on the same wavelength. You know, it's like people be mad about what she be saying, but I'm like, I don't see what y'all mad about. Okay. And she said that she feels like they're doing things to come to create some type of like, what is it, purge? When
yeah,
you're
they call
pushing
it a practice purge.
when you're pushing said others so far to the point that we snap, that you put out, oh, we got to control. They didn't snap. They didn't did it. It's time to control them. Try to get them. And I feel like they're trying to do everything possible.
They robbed banks, right? So they done robbed the bank. There's no security. There's no
Um,
electricity to
and they're
run
trying
any
to and they're
security.
trying to push a certain group to snap.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah.
that way they
It's
got, oh, we
definitely a
definitely have
plan.
to make America great again because look at
Yeah,
them,
it's
they're out of
definitely a
control.
plan.
They're out of
So
control.
people are going hungry because they have no way to keep food. It's
Well, the food in the
hot.
grocery store is half of contaminated. At this point, I don't really know what to buy at the grocery store anymore because it seems like there's a parasite outbreak or something every week now. So, what
It's
is
a
the latest
parasite
one?
outbreak, a recall.
It was
It's
first it
always
was
something.
lettuce, and then it went to blueberries, and then jalapenos, and the salmonella on the eggs, and then it said something about beef, I think, and then I feel like y'all are, you know what? I feel like low key they be trying to taint the real meat so they can sell this lab meat. So everybody's like, "Yep, we got to go to the lab meat. We got to because we can't
We can't control the spread of, the disease amongst the real animals. So let's give them fake animals.
Mhm.
Yeah. And don't worry about the cancer rates that are gonna shoot up. Don't worry about that. That's neither here nor there. We gotta give them this fake overly. If you take cells from anything, right? Put it in a petri dish and put shit on top of it to make the cells multiply, you are ipso facto creating cancer. I don't give a shit if it's broccoli cells or onion. You remember onion cells? They made us look at the onions on the slide and look at how the cells were created and the shapes of them. Anytime you take something out of something, take cells out of something, and add something to it to make it multiply, you are literally creating cancer. And then you want us to go and eat and consume that. So eat the cancer. And then don't be surprised when you get it. And it starts, you know what I'm saying, taking over your body. Don't be surprised. Okay? Just shut up about it.
And this sounds like a Netflix documentary series. This is real life, ladies and gents. This is
It's literally happening. It's literally happening outside right now.
y'all thought Maid's Tale was fake. Every show is based off of some type of truth, y'all.
Wait, what
Remember The
show?
Simpsons? I don't watch The Simpsons, but The Simpsons used to always be light years above what is going to actually happen. Okay?
It just,
I feel like I'm in an alternate reality. I'm like, is this a matrix? This can't be real, but it's real.
I'm telling you,
It's
I'm
real.
telling you, when I went to Mexico last year and the food tasted so different, like so different. And that's how, like, when people came over here for FIFA, right? And they were talking about American food and Chick-fil-A and Waffle House and all these places that I don't even eat at. As an American, I do not suggest that y'all eat that shit. Don't. I mean, I get
Now,
it.
we can't say we don't eat it because we do. We just don't eat it as often as others.
No, what I'm saying is, um, I completely agree that British food is some of the most horrible shit that I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie to you. If anybody from Britain sees this, take it how you want to take it, baby. I'm just saying that I prefer home cooked food, and even then, you're not skating and skirting. You know what I'm saying? The shit that's out there, but it's less. It's less preservatives. It's less nonsense in your food, right? But I saw a doc. I did see the documentary that everything is corn, and it is very disturbing. It's very disturbing. As a person who was raised with a grandmother who grew her own food, it is very disturbing to see.
It is because I saw a documentary not too long ago. You know, I'm a documentary girl. I'm not surprising. This black guy from Britain. I don't know if I told y'all this on the last episode. He decided to eat fried chicken for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a month to see how the industry is and how it'll affect his body and all this other stuff. Because who doesn't love fried chicken, right? And he's from Britain, so he showed how the American restaurants have exploded over there. They got like a KFC, Popeye everywhere. And then they got the mama pops are selling the fried chicken. They got it everywhere over there.
Mm.
So he decides like, oh, because at first it sounds great. I get to eat fried chicken for every meal. What? And he started off. He got his weight done, and his labs and stuff done before he started. And of course, he got it afterwards. And he started in Britain eating the fried chicken. Then he came over to America and he was eating, our fried chicken, KFC, anywhere they sold fried chicken, pretty much. And within the 30 days, he was dealing with depression. He was dealing with the dopamine effect. That's why a lot of times of overweight people or people in general have problems with weight, even smaller people, because you get the dopamine and the positivity as you're eating, and then it subsides once you're done. Um, so he was dealing with that, and then he's never had depression or anxiety or anything before. He had depression. He felt lonely. The only time he didn't feel lonely was while he was eating. He gained weight. His lab started getting off the chart. And then he went in further of trying to see the food industry, like where did the chicken come from? He did it in Britain, he did it over here. Saw how the chickens was treated, saw dying sick chickens around healthy chickens that nobody was getting. Saw how they were treating people who actually do the work, not really paying them, having kids underage working there, not really paying them, not really giving safety precautions while they're doing it. Mind you, these are the immigrants that y'all want to get rid of because y'all
Yeah,
are not about to go do it.
they're stealing all the
Y'all not
jobs.
about to go do it. And then how a company that looks independent is not really independent, it's just a label, and it tracks it up to the mega person that is in charge of everything, and then it trickles down to the second person, and then all the labels that we think are different and because of different places, really it's a monopoly of like three large ones. Like when I saw
Mm-hmm.
that, I was like, even though you should not eat fast food every day, I get why people do it. It's convenient. It's on the run. I can't say it's cheap no more, unless you got a coupon or an app or anything like that. So I get it, but I have not ate fast food since I've seen it, and I can be honest, it's tough because I don't want to cook all the time. I don't want to. I don't know what to buy at the grocery store at this point. So it's like, um, so I have been eating out at like um mom and pop like stuff or something like that that's independent from um if I do eat out. I don't eat out like a couple times. But yeah, if I eat out, maybe restaurant food versus like fast food, but then like is Chili's and Texas Roadhouse and all them even better? Probably not. So yeah, y'all like to see the business behind it. And when it reminds me of Kanye when he said, Bush doesn't care about black people. I'm gonna say it's not even Bush. I'm gonna say that the administration and the people above don't care about people. Because it's not like when we go to the grocery store, this is melanated people chicken and this is other non melanated people chicken. We all buying the same chicken.
All
Okay?
buying the same stuff.
We're all buying the same stuff. I don't know, y'all. The world is on fire. It's not
It's
even
just
just here. It's on fire. They're trying to make a pressure cooker for everybody to snap, and try your best not to, because that's
it's
it.
definitely a plan.
That is on current events. If we can go on and on and on about that.
Let's move on to the rent part.
Let's move on to the rant part. And
My
usually
favorite.
this is a more segment. But I actually got a rant today. So I'm gonna go first because y'all know more get to going and she be going. I think at this point, if y'all haven't noticed, when we first started this podcast, I was the talker and she wasn't. If you have not noticed now, she the talker. And I'm the one who have to like interject and get in now. That's crazy. We have swapped places. Yeah. Sometimes I have to like interject with you till you get in because you be going. So my rant is today. Speaking on the world is on fire. Literally, summertime. What's up? Wow. You're really, really hot a long, long time. And I know I'm in Texas, so this is like supposed to be normal to us. But even when I went back home, it was hot. It was just hot everywhere. And okay. So I saw a crack in my windshield. Now usually my car is outside, but now it's in the garage. Okay. So I crack in my windshield, and I am very much a safe life girl. So I'm like, let's just stop the crack from spreading. I don't really care about the crack. I just need to not spread, right?
Mhm.
So they already made me mad. That's gonna be $100 and something. Okay. He comes and he looks at it and he said, "Oh no, that crack is too big. I can't feel it. It's too big. You don't need a new windshield." So say what now? So now the $100 and something I planned to pay has turned into started off at $800 to $3,000, depending on the windshield. Now,
A
speaking
lot of
of
money.
technology and AI, these new windshields on these cars has cameras associated with it on your car. So you have to get a particular windshield in order for your cameras on your car and stuff to work. So automatically that 800, 900,000 is gone. Because now you got to be 1,200 and up because you got to make sure it's matchable. So now I'm mad. Because where I'm getting this money from? I'm like y'all. I live paycheck to paycheck, baby. Literally paycheck to paycheck. Literally. And I'm like, where am I supposed to get that number? Okay. So they leave. They quote me stuff. Now mind you, Safe Life, they get, I don't want to say off market windshields, but manufactured windshields. Now, I said, okay, let me go get a second opinion. I'm gonna take it to the dealership because I needed maintenance anyway. Right? So I was like, and I had a warranty, but I did have a warranty. Of course, convenient when I get there, the warranty has expired. So I had to pay for maintenance. Okay? So I get to the dealership and I love the dealership because they do great service on the car and customer service. It's like a club in there on a Saturday, y'all. It takes forever. You're gonna be there.
If you don't get there at 6:52 a.m.
It
sharp,
don't even matter the one I go to. People be there at 2. They be ready to come in. We
really?
have, yeah,
Dang. I know because they usually open up at 7.
yeah, yeah. So I get
Dang.
there, because I had to make an appointment for the windshield. I was like, the windshield is cracked. So I
Mm.
said I wanted to see what they would say. So of course they come back and say, yeah, we can't feel it either. It's too far. So either it's probably on these raggedy expressways I was on behind these raggedy construction trucks, and a pebble probably popped it, but it popped it on the part where you can't see, like on the black side of the windshield, on the all way over here. It probably popped my windshield, and I didn't see it until I saw it shredded. Okay, so the dude come back, and they like, I want to let you know that it's probably gonna cost about 2,000. We said $2,500 for the windshield. He said, now you want to order with us? You can, or you can go with someone else. He's like, I need to warn you. There's a 50% chance that if you go with somebody else, that the windshield they put on your car won't match with the camera. And then your whole car is going to light up like a Christmas tree because they're going to say something's wrong because the windshield's not compatible. And he said, I've seen it before where people have paid the cheaper windshield and then had to come in and get a second windshield because the windshield they had on was not going along with the car. So it's a possibility. He says 50-50 chance they put the windshield on, it's fine. He's like, I've seen it that it's fine. But he's like, I also seen that it's not fine, and that people are pissed and then they end up having to buy a second windshield. And y'all know me, I'm practical Ash, okay? I could buy the cheaper windshield, but then if there's a chance I have to come back and buy a second windshield, let me just go get this expensive windshield so we don't have this problem, right?
Yes.
Windshield costs $2,500. Then I had to get maintenance. Of course, they
Hmm.
find something else wrong with the car. That's $700. Y'all do the math. I have to get a credit phone and put it on there, and I have to pay the credit card down. So I'm in the debt management program. So I don't have a credit card at home. Luckily, my mother does. So she let me use hers, and now I'm paying her back every 2 weeks out of my check, just like everybody else that comes out of my check to pay it off.
Swiping it down. Swiping it down.
I'm mad, and I know I'm saying it in the calm way because it's YouTube. I can't win, lose for win at this point. And I know y'all feel me, y'all hear me, you see me, you feel me, because I know everybody was going through it, and I'm just like, I probably should have kept it fresh. Part of me feel like I should have just kept it, but I didn't want it to spread because it's summertime, and I could have seen that thing going clear across, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, of course I checked the camera to see if a kid had threw a ball or something like that, or anything like that. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's these goddamn expressways out here, and things be flying
Yes.
off. anytime, any day. So I think something hit my car. I didn't see the little dent into the spread, and now. So do y'all want to watch these videos or not? Because we really need no.
If you could just
Subscribe, like, comment, pop up the views, please.
something. And I will say,
Another rant before you finish. Another rant I got. You too. You following administration now? Now, mind you, y'all know in order to get monetized, you have to have thousands of subscribers. You have to have thousands or millions of short views or longer content videos with less views and short, but still a lot, right? As of, I think, I don't know if it's September it's supposed to start, they have doubled the requirements to be monetized. So it is not that roll to 1,000 and roll to the views that people will talk about to get monetized. They have doubled it. Wonder why they have doubled it. Here's my theory. Content creation has become a business now, has become a job. And they know a lot of men, black folks do it now. And it's a great, side hustle. They become a full time hustle. We have real people out here making real livings off of content creation. And I feel like in some way the administration trickling down to these companies and they're saying like, oh, we see these young kids and these women in our age range been doing this for years and years. And it's really becoming income for them. So what we're gonna do is make the requirements harder for you up and coming and
definitely,
smaller YouTubers to get it in. Because of course the people who get it before that date starts are grandfather in and people like me and other smaller creators on this app have to do double the work.
they definitely at the Content Creator Awards. That was a black award show.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say in the
And my
world,
thing is
like
this
80% of the
though. If
category was
YouTube is
women.
trying to do that, I would not surprise if Instagram, TikTok, and we're not streamers, but a lot of young content creators do the streaming with the Twitch and the Kick and all that. They're probably going to raise it up for that too eventually. So another way of saying, um. So with that side note, before more over her rent, I'm gonna try to post shorts every day, one short every day, just to see what happens with engagement. I just want to see. I feel like what you what would somebody want to see? But forget it. It's my life, and this is just what I'm doing for the day. So hopefully, more can get on board and just do one short a day um, to post on all our platforms. Because I just want to see what the difference is between how we're doing it now and versus how people are saying you should do it. You should post something every day. Um, they also don't have premenopause, PMDD, hormonal imbalances, GLP-1 shots for sex, and all the things that men and more have. But I'm gonna see. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try the post. I know longer content videos. We could start vlogging again. We can make longer video content. We're still gonna do the podcast though every Sunday. So that is our long video for the week. I don't know if more of me wants to vlog, so I can like make a vlog video every week too. Because we feel like we're boring. And more does more stuff than I do, and she always forgets to film her outings. Always, she does always forget the outings. I guess because
Being living in the
we're
moment,
right. We're the generation that we live in the moment. We don't really think about
living in the
cameras
moment.
and stuff.
It's like at this point, people be like, "Oh, you got to do a TikTok."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's how people are like. Look at me now. I'm like, yeah, I got to do a TikTok. I do.
Hmm.
I literally do. So my rant
Hmm.
is about going out and how I'm sick of this shit. Listen, I went to the Usher and Chris Brown concert. Pause. Pause. I did not plan on going. My mother and my auntie got tickets to go to Chris Brown concert. My auntie ended up not being able to go. My mother is a die-hard concert goer, and I cannot let her go by herself.
Dang,
Okay.
what was in town?
I don't know. So she randomly asked me, like, I don't know, it was like 3 weeks ago. She was like, "You want to go to Usher and Chris Brown concert?" And I was like, "Sure." I didn't think I was gonna go for real. Anyways, so of course I couldn't work if I was gonna go to the concert. I worked at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the day. Probably shouldn't have did that shit. Okay. It took us 2 hours, over 2 hours actually, to drive downtown to get to our parking location because we had a parking pass, which was, I want to say the parking pass was like $15 because we're gonna do a running tab. Okay, so the parking pass $15 because it was bought prior to, I guess when she bought the tickets, my aunt bought the parking pass. So the parking was 1.6 miles away from the drop off location, which was at Soldier Field. Okay. Now it has been, I can't remember the last time I've been to an event at Soldier Field. I think I went maybe 25 years ago. Inconceivable.
Mm-hmm.
It took us an hour to get, mind you, we left the house at 5 p.m. The concert started at 7. We didn't get to our parking location until 7:30. It took us another, when we got to the parking lot was full, even though we had a reserved spot. People parked everywhere. So I made a parking spot. You know what I'm saying? We made a parking spot. I got a pass. We finna get up in here. We got an Uber. It took us an hour plus, like about an hour, to get 1.6 miles. So much so that my mom was considering hopping out of the Uber on Lakeshore Drive and walking over. Let it be known that my mother is on a cane. Okay. Um, was she was we were talking about it because we were seeing people hopping out, getting out, walking over, and I'm like, shit, I don't know. That seems pretty dangerous. She was like, traffic not moving, and she was like, I'm down. Not whenever my mama says she down, we're not doing that because if you fall and hurt yourself, that's not gonna be worth us doing any of
Mm-hmm.
this. So we wait. I'm like, no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna do it the safe way. She doesn't like that idea. So she takes a pain pill before she gets out of the Uber when we finally get dropped off on 18th Street. We gotta walk under the bridge, through the park, to the
Mm-hmm.
Coliseum, up the steps. By the time we get to the ticketing area, you gotta get wanded and all that kind of stuff. And then you gotta scan your tickets. She wasn't never gonna find them tickets if I wasn't there. First of all, because not only her, but other people were like, here's my, they show on the phone and it tell you in the thing, we are not accepting any screenshots or any printed tickets. Ticketmaster don't care. Okay, you paid $300 for these tickets. Where they at? Let me see them. They need the barcode. Okay, the tickets themselves were 200 some dollars. I don't remember the exact cost. So there's that. I don't even know how much the Uber is because it says pending. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then initially it was supposed to be like 30 something dollars. My mom also doesn't have Uber on her phone, so I had to pay for the Uber. I didn't want the Uber to pay for Ubers. Anyways, um, so by the time we get out the Uber, walk over, go through security, get into the Coliseum, she goes to buy her T-shirts. We gotta walk around the bend to get to the elevators. She's already limping. Okay, she's already hurting. We get to the elevators, go up. She gotta walk up a flight of stairs to get to the elevators. What the fuck? I find somebody with wheelchairs. I'm like, hey, you gotta come take my mom. They put her in a wheelchair, put her in the elevator, take her upstairs, and take her out of the wheelchair because we're up there. At this point, it is now 9 o'clock. The concert started 2 hours ago.
They probably didn't start on time though.
True. So I can hear, you know what I'm saying? You can hear the songs that you're
Mhm.
missing.
Mhm.
I have to pee at this point. It's been 3 hours since I left the house. I now have to use it. So I'm like, we get up there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna meet you up there. I have to go to the bathroom right now. Like I cannot wait. Go to the bathroom. You gotta walk another quarter mile down the college, down around the concession stand. Water. It's a line in the bathroom. Of course it is. Finally use the bathroom. Come back. My mom texts me. Where are you at? I can't be seated until you're with me.
Huh?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm glad that
When
kind of
did you do
glad
that?
about that. I don't know.
Oh.
Again, I've been there for over 20 some years. I don't know. Okay. That she texted me and said that I was on my way walking, leaving out of the bathroom, walking back from the bathroom. I was gonna get us a bottle of water, $8 for a core water. $8. They
I ain't
wanted 10.
surprised about that. I ain't surprised about
They want 10 for a bottle of pop. I'll be thirsty. Don't worry about it. So I get back to our section. She's sitting on the steps waiting on me. We go up. We are 30 rows up. So we get to the section, walk up the stairs. She has to climb 30 rows up. Again, my mom is in her 60s. She's on a cane. I'm not going to not support her. So I'm like holding her as we walk because it's a steep incline.
that. They're in the stadium, right? They're in Soldier Field or
Yes,
something.
we were in section 429. That means we were on the fourth level, 29 rows up in the fourth
And
level.
that's another reason why I can't do it. Side note, I don't like height. I can't sit up that high in no stadium. I don't like
And I tell
height.
you, we was up there by the lights. You know the lights that run along the edge. We was up there by the light. If them lights had been on, we would have been some crispy critters. Okay. Thank God it was at nighttime, right? Uh-huh. So we climb up the 30 rows, and of course, people are sitting in our seats. Of course. And I was like, it was like three empty chairs in the row beneath us. I was like, we're sitting right here. Sit down, sweating at this point because I'm holding her going up the. She can't do it herself.
She had
Okay,
people up there when she bought them tickets. Okay. Okay.
my auntie bought the tickets, who also herself don't got great knees. Anyways, we get to our seats, we sit down. Our seats that are not our seats, but are now our
Okay,
seats.
before you finish, $200 for them nose rings. That ticket is that much. It's $200 for them nose
Two
rings.
hundred. I'm rounding down, honey. I'm rounding down.
And this is why I don't go to concerts. I'm trying to tell you,
Then the couple in front of us, um, and it doesn't even matter what they look like. Just understand that we was at their show. We were at their show. Okay. They kept standing up like every other song that played.
oh, but that's normal at concerts. If you don't like
It
that,
is. You know it's
yeah,
not normal. Them lighting blunt after blunt.
that's normal now. Too.
I don't
Last
care.
concert I went to, yeah.
I don't care. This listen. Cool, right? You smoke.
Especially
All
because
right,
they gonna
cool.
say we're outside.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
You're
No, no, it don't
the
matter.
space between rows is this much. Is this
Mm-hmm.
your space between the rows?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all are smoking. Ashes are flying on my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Besides that, there are the pyrotechnics and everything that's going off, right? And then they kept standing up. My mom, if you ever met her, she needs to record and take videos of and pictures of everything. Okay. Um, so she can't record and shit. So we ended up switching seats. I'm like, Mom, just switch with me. Like, I know you want to see the show better. Then after they done smoked a blunt or two, you know, they all in their vibes and stuff. He moves from his seat to the aisle. Now you in the aisle with it
Mm.
because you feeling your high. Get your stupid ass back in your seat, please. You're all over the place. Okay, you're all over the place. You paid your money, so do we. So do we. We should be able to see the concert and not have to look all around you and keep doing this. It's a lot. It's a lot. Be high in your area. Stop spreading out. I was tired before I left the house. So at this point I'm irritated. It's 10 something o'clock at night. Oh, and then it started raining. Me, you son of a bitch. Okay. Alright. Okay, now it's raining. Now, thankfully, I wore a long sleeve, but I have a jacket. We had an umbrella, but guess what? You can't bring an umbrella in there. It's against the rules.
Oh, because you
Really.
might can use it as a weapon or something.
They didn't allow umbrellas. So we stashed our umbrella before we walked in there.
Mm.
Thankfully, it was still there when we walked back out. So now at this point, I'm like, parking pass ended at midnight, right? And I was like, we have to leave here by like 11:30 to even consider getting back over there on time. And you don't want to be in this throng of people trying to get out of here.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
always
gonna
leave
be,
concerts a little early on that last song, like right at the beginning. Let's go because
it's gonna be hectic.
because
So,
that parking lot is gonna be dum dum day, dum dum
so
day.
for the 2 hours that we saw the concert, decent. Tank was there,
I
Mario was
love
there,
Tank. Oh
Eric
Mario.
Eric Bellinger was
I've been
there.
watching the videos from other people on YouTube for free.
I'm sending you mine.
Okay.
So yeah, the music it was great. It's the 2 hours that we saw, and once we decided to leave, uh, I forgot because I don't do events over there no more because it's so hectic. Um, we walk all the way back over, back to where we got dropped off at. They have it closed off.
I
Ubers
hate
can't come
when they
down there
do
and pick you
that.
up.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. Oh,
And then they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have to wait an hour for us to open the street back up." What? Motherfucker say what? And he was like, either you can walk back over to the other side of the Coliseum. My mom can't make that. She can't make that walk. That was gonna be impossible. I was gonna have to carry her. She was limping on her way out. I did get her once we got all the way down the stairs. I had to hold the back of her shirt to make sure because you can't fall. It had rained. Now it's slippery. The railing is slippery. The concrete is slippery. We're on an insane incline. It's midnight. It's too much. And we get back out. I get her a wheelchair to roll her outside to the stairs. She walks back through the park, walks back underneath the bridge, and now we're stuck there because they don't have no signs telling you, hey, this side where you got dropped off at when you came in here, that's closed. We closed that down. You think that they would direct people to go to
I
the
don't know
side where
who
the
they be.
Ubers
Side note,
come to.
I don't know who they behind for these concerts downtown Chicago because they don't never know where to tell you to go ever,
They never know.
ever.
And I was like, I think I'm remembering now why I don't do shit like this. Uh huh.
Because it's a
So
headache before and after. Always.
during,
The last time
before,
I went to a
after,
concert out there, I circled 3 times in that traffic to get into the parking lot where I paid for parking before I found it because no one could direct me correctly. I found it on a
exactly.
whim on the third time, about to pass it again.
Exactly.
Girl,
And no one
over it,
wants to deal with that. So
over it.
now there's a shuttle bus to this bar that's close by called Reggie's. And then so I go to shuttle bus man and I was like, okay. He said something to us when we had first walked out because there wasn't a whole lot of people. And I was like, what's Reggie's? He was like, oh, it's our bar over there off of State Street in Cermak. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I do know it. And so after a while of waiting and talking to police, I'm like, an hour? Just too long. Let me see, because the parking is finna run out. It done ran out at this point. So I figured that out once we ordered the Uber. When I ordered the Uber, it said 30 something dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I had to cancel that because she couldn't get off. She couldn't get over there to us, so I had to cancel it. After I talked to the police and talked to the shuttle bus driver, who then informed me that you had to previously buy a wristband to get on the bus. So now we're just sitting there waiting on the cold, wet cement. You know what I'm saying? For them to open the street back up. Um, he says, "Oh, um, you could try to get an Uber, but after 30 minutes of waiting, he says it'll be another hour. You said it was gonna be an hour 30 minutes ago, Mr. Officer, sir." So now I'm back to talking to the Reggie's guy. Or no, my mom got up and talked to the police officer. Then another lady went and talked to the man about the shuttle bus. So after about another 30, 40 minutes, people coming by us talking to them. The Reggie guy found me. He was like, "Oh, I meant to tell you." He said, my boss said it's free. The shuttles is free. I'm like, they free? I was like, cause my mom, she can't walk far. She limping, like she in pain. She can't do it. He was like, yeah, it's free. So we go get in the line to wait for the shuttle bus. The line is long as hell. Okay, like 3 buses done left by the time we get up to the front. And when it's our turn to go to the front, I walk up to the man. I'm like, hey, my mom's handicapped. She's been standing for a long time. Is it possible she can get on the bus first? He says yes. I say, thank you. We appreciate it. We get on the bus. Soon as we get on the bus and settle, they open the street back up for the Ubers. Mind you, it's 1 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is okay. So we get on the shuttle bus, we go over to Reggie's. They pull over. We walk up a block because they on Straight Street. We walk up a block to Wabash. Get an Uber. Finally make it back to the parking lot after we get a little lost. Um, because it's so busy over there, the Uber shit is fucked up. Like it's fucking up. It put me on Columbus Street when I clearly put in Wabash. And get to the parking lot. The parking lot thing, it has to scan to pay for parking because that's how it is now everywhere. Um, it says 0 to 4 hours, $11.36. The parking pass ended at midnight. It's now 1:20 something in the morning. I'm like, okay, so only an hour and a half. We gotta pay $11. No, they charged me for an entire day. Okay, so
What was
now
the
I got the
entire
Uber
day called?
$17.
Oh wow.
So now the Uber there, the cancel Uber back, the Uber that we actually took to get back. Now the parking, I'm out $200 plus the cost of the ticket, plus the time and effort that we put into it. We finally get
For
out
2 hours
and
of
drive
music.
home
Mm-mm.
for 2 hours of music. We finally get out. We don't get to the house till 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and when I tell you I was fried, died and laid to the side, I was so stressed out and irritated that I came on my period the next day. And
You got to relieve that pressure.
ladies and gentlemen, let me just explain to y'all. Don't ask me to do a thing. I'm not going nowhere. I don't want to go to no more events that require me, that's in that big of a space, that require me to take a. If I can't pull up and park and walk over to it, I don't want to go. Don't ask me. I don't care who's there. I don't care. I don't want to know. If it's not my cute little situation, if it ain't my sushi and sake place, if it ain't my little ramen, if it ain't my little vegan restaurant where I know I can pull up and park and pay a cute little $5, I don't want to do it. It's not about the cost, it's the convenience. It's the convenience and it's the non-stress. We as women, can get so stressed out that our period will come on. And that hasn't happened to me for a very long time. Okay. And like I said, this shot shit got my period all messed up, and I was just on for like 2 weeks. Now I'm back on. Hey, fuck all of this. Yeah. Nah, 2 hours of music.
Just to
That
see him
shit.
feed a cherry. Mm-mm.
Listen.
Mm-mm.
Great artist, right?
Amazing.
Talented man.
Amazing.
Talented man.
Yes, they are.
I wouldn't go through it again.
No.
I wouldn't go through it again. And why don't you have handicap services? Y'all got ramps and elevators and wheelchairs and stuff, but you don't have no way to get people from where they get out of their car at or the drop off area to the Coliseum. It doesn't make any sense. You got 200,000. I don't even know how many. That stadium was full. Okay,
Mm-mm.
bottom to top, it was full. Y'all done made hella bread. Okay, you should have some type of services for the handicapped people. I shouldn't have had to, have carried my mama up them stairs. Like, and true enough, her generation, they don't necessarily read all the every, because she comes from a generation where they didn't have to go through all of that stuff to go to a concert. They went to
Mm-mm.
the box office, they bought their ticket, they stood in line, and they got in the venue. There was not all of this menagerie and nonsense that goes into going to an event now, or to a concert now. You gotta
Mm-mm.
buy your tickets online. You gotta get dropped off over here. You gotta walk a
You gotta
mile.
go 5 hours before if you want to get there at
You
9.
gotta go. Yeah, you gotta show up 5 hours before the concert time
You're
actually
as just stuck
starts.
in traffic to get to the parking lot. And when you get to the parking lot, it might not be the right parking lot. Then you got to make a circle again because everything is closed around there. If you circle around another time in the long line, and then you got to stay in line, and then you got to get checked by security, and then you got to find your seat, and it's a lot to go to a concert now, y'all.
And now
It's
you
a
gotta
lot.
wait. You gotta wait if it's you and four other people,
I ain't never
all
had
of y'all
that
gotta
one. You
be
gotta
there to get in a
wait.
row.
That's crazy.
That was insane. I was like, what do you mean? You have to wait for me. I'm glad she did because of our situation. Because I didn't want her walking up them steep stairs by herself, but I really had to use the bathroom. And it just worked out that way. But count me out of this nonsense. I'll support them in another way. I'll
Mm-hmm.
stream your shit. I pre-save albums on Spotify. So if you coming out with something new and I like you, I'm gonna press that pre-save button, honey. I'm gonna download your stuff. You gonna get some streamings out. You gonna get some streamings out of me, but what you ain't gonna get is me showing up in person and committing half of my day into the next day to see 2 hours of a concert. Why is it so difficult? I mean, stressing me out so bad I came on my cycle.
Well, on that note, what's your plans for Labor Day? I was going to go out of town, but that windshield kind of wiped all that away. Literally,
Um,
the windshield wipe all that away. Get it? Yeah. Um. So I'm
I
gonna
think
be
we're gonna.
local.
I think I'm gonna end up having a cousin meetup because last year we did our family reunion in New Orleans. We're not doing that this year. We were gonna plan for Thanksgiving, but that kind of got scrapped too. People got new jobs, people moved, kids graduated, so things are changing. So I felt like we should just have a cousin meetup. Um, Possibly just get a big Airbnb and have a barbecue. I don't necessarily have to have a barbecue, or we could just make dinner. I'm really
Just need
like,
some vibes. Some vibes. That's all.
okay, we can get giant Jenga or something like, and big Uno cards. I don't really need all of the other stuff. We were talking about a women's retreat. I think that's very important for the women in my family because we all have abandonment issues when it comes to our fathers.
I be
Because I
looking at
think
them
like
women retreats. I be like, that would be so nice. It's just like
I think
I got to plan the
the
money out, and my money be
yeah
funding some.
everybody else's the bulk of the women in my family fathers abandon them either at birth or not long after. So I really think that that's important for us. But I don't know for sure what we're gonna do. But outside of the cousin meetup, I really don't want to do anything. Like
Yeah.
I can give a couple
I
hundred
just got to
dollars
call
to
my
the
cousin because I was about to go see them, and I got to her like, yeah, plans for change. Can't do that. I might suggest her come this way, but
yeah
maybe go to the beach or something low key. I don't really have to do anything.
very low
Long as
key,
I'm
very
not
in
working,
town.
long as I'm not working, who cares? Um,
That part.
so maybe I
Yeah,
suggest that.
those are my plans. Those
Because
those
even the
nothing
beach is a
specific.
little bit of a hassle now too. Now that I think about it, 'cause that's gonna be Labor Day weekend.
It's gonna be
Um,
everybody and their daddy
that might
outside.
not be good either, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. So now we about to get up out of here. I hope y'all have a
Yes.
good rest of your week, gone, or whenever you do see this. Have a good start to your week. As you know, I'm Ann,
Before,
and this is single, sad, and complicated, baby, because everything is so complicated.
be good or don't. Peace.
Stay blessed or down. Bye.